Good morning, angels. Happy Friday. I've actually just finished work this morning. Finished work at 8 o'clock and then I had a little dentist appointment, just a little cute little checkup. Everything seems to be hunky-dory, but I do need an x-ray of which he cannot, just put my indicator on there, of which he cannot give me whilst pregnant. So it does seem to be a little bit of a, not sure whether I need like a fill-in or something on one of my bottom teeth. And he did say to me, are you consuming sugary drinks, sugary snacks? To which I would usually reply, absolutely not, sir. I am a health queen. However, since becoming pregnant, the sugar has definitely entered my diet, so I cannot lie. I do sometimes make my way through a packet of Haribos every now and then. So anywho, I thought I would nip into Matalan because there's a Matalan right near my dentist. I haven't been in Matalan for years and I keep seeing loads of TikToks and other videos of people shopping in Matalan. Matalan takes me back because whenever me and my mum was going on holiday when I was a kid, she used to bring me here, and I just remember we used to spend a fortune. This was like before Primark was everything. This is where we would come for our holiday clothes, and that's just what it reminds me of. Anyway, so yeah, I thought we would do that together this morning. Get some little autumn bits, creating the house for autumn. I'm not going overboard, just a few little tweaks here and there. Make it feel more cozy because that's just the vibes nowadays. Everybody wants to be cozy. I do look like an absolute grandma this morning with my attire. Stefan absolutely loves this jacket. It's one of them where it's just like my new favourite thing ever, and I just like put it on. It's from Boohoo. This angle's doing no justice. I mean, granny vibes with this top, and it doesn't go with this jumper. But anyway, like I said, I finished work this morning. I look like I'm being dressed in the dark. Anywho, let's go to Matalan. Woohoo!
What an absolute shambles this was. Autumn was not autumning, let me tell you. It was absolute deck the hall vibes in here. They just had like one reef, just like one orange reef. This was the 22nd of September, by the way. And yeah, there was just not, it was not a vibe. It was not the autumn vibes. Apparently we need to shop for autumn in the height of summer. That was an absolute shambles. Thank you for watching.
Good morning, no, good afternoon. It's actually 1:20, and a very happy Wednesday to you. I do not know what day it is. It's quite some time since you last heard from me. For the last few weeks, I have just been all over the show. We're just allowing it. Obviously, at this point, I am currently 34 weeks pregnant. There's just been a lot going on. Like, it's just been one thing after another. I've been ill. Stefan is currently really, really ill. I'm smiling, it's not funny. But the other week, I was like really, really ill. I feel like it was my body telling me to slow down because not only am I getting up, going for a walk every single day, I'm still going to the gym. I'm putting my body under a lot of pressure to perform to the best of its ability. Forgetting the fact that I'm pregnant. Well, obviously not forgetting that I'm pregnant, but just not really just letting my body do its thing. I've just been still forcing it to do as much as I would do pre-pregnancy, and then giving myself a hard time if there was a day when I couldn't do something. It sounds really, really silly, and I know it does. I would park next to a crane that is making like the utmost noise, wouldn't I? If a friend was telling me that they were that they were putting the body through this much stress, I would say put myself through stress, just doing it too much for someone who is as pregnant as me. And then I ended up with, it was essentially a tickly cough, but like, I was really ill from it. I wasn't getting any sleep. My throat was swollen. I went to the doctors. I did a COVID test. COVID test came back negative. I went to the doctors. I'm gonna have to put the aircon on because it's, honestly, it's the 4th of October and it's absolutely roasting. I am fuming about this weather. I just want some cold weather. I don't know why I'm rambling on here, but I went to the doctors and basically he said I had a viral infection, which I couldn't take any, because if you don't know, I'm actually allergic to penicillin, so I couldn't take any other antibiotic. So literally when you're pregnant, you can't be ill because you can't take anything to help the illness. You can't take any medicine, just forget it. So I was living on paracetamol and honey and lemon with hot water for about a week. I was really poorly. I did not get an ounce of sympathy of Stefan, and now he's come down with the man flu. He's really, really ill, and he is ill. I'm not giving him any sympathy either. But where I feel like I've just got like loads to update you on. Obviously I'm 34 weeks pregnant now, which is just crazy. It's absolutely flying by. It's crazy like what it does to your emotions and to your hormones. Really down last week, well, over the past couple of weeks. I had these phases pre-pregnancy, so it's definitely a hormonal thing. And the reason I'm telling you is because we'll definitely not be the only person that's ever felt this way. It would be helpful to have someone telling you that they feel the same or have felt the same. First thing, let me just tell you that it will absolutely pass. You're feeling lost within yourself, not really sure what your purpose is, not really sure what you want to do with your life. You're not the only one to feel like that, and it does pass 100%. And one of the reasons that I wasn't filming anything was because I was like, what is the point? What is the point in me like filming myself going getting a coffee? Do you know what I'm saying? But I love watching these types of videos, and so do thousands and thousands of millions of other people. So like with my logic brain today, I picked my camera up. I'm happy to be filming. I can't wait to get it edited already, and I haven't even filmed anything yet. I'm looking forward to uploading my content. Last week I was like, but what is the point? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing TikTok. I am so dramatic. I'm aware that it was just my hormones, and the sad thing is, because I'm pregnant, everything is like heightened. All your feelings are just absolutely through the roof, everything. One thing that I noticed that I was doing so much more than what I would like to do is be on my phone, and I feel like I go on about this quite a lot. The more I sit on my phone scrolling, not doing things that are productive, not exercising, eating shit, all these things just make me feel like shit basically. And I did that for like a week, and I really let things get on top of me. Over the past couple of days I've been staying off my phone as much. I've had a book on me all the time, so that if I feel the urge to be like, oh, I might just sit and have a little scroll, and I'll pick my book up instead. And I feel like when I read a book, my mind feels healthier. I don't know whether that sounds a little bit weird, but something I've been doing. I've been thinking more about like what I want to do with my future, and what I really do need to do is sit down and actually write some goals, because one thing I do is think about things, which is all well and good, but then I don't actually write things down. And that's when I know that I'll be like with writing lists and things like that. I know that if something's actually physically written down and I can tick it off, or I can make goals for myself, then I'm more likely to follow them, as opposed to it just being a list within my head that never really gets looked at again, if that makes any sense. I'm definitely rambling. Anyway, I thought we'd come out of the house because the house is an absolute shithole. I can't even go there, I can't even talk about it. I want to film in the house because you just don't need to see it in the background. You just don't need to see that. What can you actually see in the background right now? Halfords, that's cute. Retail park near me, literally minutes down the road. Yes, I could have walked, but I am in the car. Has now got a big Superdrug, which I'm buzzing about, because if I wanted to go to a big Boots or a big Superdrug, I would need to drive 25 minutes out of my way, and who's got time for that? Let me tell you something. Baby brain is a real thing. I am going off on so many tangents at this point. Baby brain is a real thing, and I lose things, and literally it's like someone has been into my house, taken things and left with them, because they are absolutely no longer to be seen anywhere. I've been using UK Lash. I've been using it on my eyebrows, and let me tell you, my eyebrows are literally bushy as anything, and I've lost my tweezers. So we are dealing with some, we're not talking unibrow, because that's just never going to be a thing for me, but my eyebrows need doing, and I cannot find my tweezers anywhere. I thought it was a perfect opportunity to nip into this new Superdrug near me, which I'm so excited to go into, and pick up some new tweezers and then see if they've got anything else in there. Like, Superdrug is amazing at the minute. There's always like sirens in the background, and that is just adorable. Like, if you've been to the Trafford Centre recently and you've seen the Superdrug there, like, it's tripled in size. Boots was always the place to be, and then you nip into Superdrug if you were desperate and there was no Boots around. But now Superdrug is unreal. I love it. I'm gonna nip into there whilst I'm out. But whilst I've been out, I just nipped to Costa. I thought I would try their new maple hazel latte, and I thought we could try it together. Delish. Very hazelnutty. I really like that. I am still working. I'm not yet on maternity leave. I am. It's a struggle. It is a struggle at this point. But if you are pregnant or you've ever been pregnant and you are going on maternity leave, then you will know that the money is absolutely diabolical, shocking, and so I'm trying to leave it as long as possible before I go on to maternity leave, because I do not get paid for very long. And I feel like I'm definitely not the only one. A lot of girls that I've spoke to are in the same predicament, and it's really sad that that's something that you have to take into consideration when you're thinking about having a baby. Obviously, like, there is absolutely no right time, money-wise, to get pregnant and have a child, because I feel like everyone says how expensive it is having a child. It's as expensive as you make it, and you make it work. Like, you absolutely do make it work. Who has been watching Married at First Sight? I am obsessed with that programme. I love it so much. Just love the drama. Don't really have any drama in my own life, thank God, because I could not cope with that. But watching other people's drama, I thrive off that shit. Started doing recommendations at the end of my videos of things to watch and stuff, but whilst we're here, let me just tell you a few things whilst it's on my mind. Love and Death on ITVX. If you've not watched it, you need to watch it. It's a true story. I'm not going to spoil it. It's unbelievable. Don't go off the trailer, because the trailer was absolutely shocking. Did not make me want to watch it, but we watched that and it was really, really good.
At this point, my brain genuinely just stopped working and I could not remember a thing. I didn't even know what I was talking about. But I've got a little list in front of me. I'll keep it short and sweet. Payback on ITVX is also really good. We've just started that. Erin Carter, which is a series on Netflix. I've watched all of that, loved it. And Before I Go to Sleep, which is also on Netflix, really enjoyed that.
I absolutely love Superdrug. I love it so much. Did not expect to spend what I spent in there, considering the amount of items that I got, but anywho, I got some things that I needed. I'll show you them in a little bit. Let me just tell you one thing that I can't do now, which is like really embarrassing. You know when you're in a car park and you go to squeeze through two cars when the wing mirrors are like that? Like, normally you could just like stand on your tiptoes and like breathe your stomach in and just like shuffle past. I can't do that anymore, and the amount of times that I'll go up to the two cars and then I have to like back away. Very, very embarrassing. Hello my darlings, can you just turn that down if you don't mind? So I'm back at the sick house, at the poorly house with the poorly man. Do you want to say hi to the Huns? I'll not get you on it.
Hello.
Is that your sick voice? I thought I'd just quickly show you what I got from Superdrug and Home Bargains. I didn't realise I'd got your little face on it. Right, okay. So, first of all, I'll show you what I got from Superdrug. Obviously, as I mentioned, I went in for some tweezers, and I was looking at the Tweezerman ones because I know that they are the best, because they're the ones that I had and I lost, and they were £21.99, and I had them in my hand for quite some time, and I was like walking up and down with them, and I thought I cannot justify paying that again, because like I said, them are the ones that I had. I will just try and find them, but in the meantime I got these little £2.99 bad boys. Should we try them? Do you want me to do your eyebrows?
No, thank you.
Oh, they don't feel like they're going to be great, I'll be honest. They're not fantastic. There's a reason that they are £2.99. They will just have to do. What do you think of that? £21.99 for a pair of tweezers?
It's a bit much.
For something that looks like that.
Them ones with the light on look better.
I think we seen some the other day. Where was we?
Primark.
There was some, they had like a little light on them. I said, no, Steph, and them ones will be shite. They'll probably be better than these. Listen, we will do what we can with them, because desperate times call for desperate measures. Sticking with the eyebrow theme, I feel like at the minute my eyebrows are a little bit too dark, because Stefan has mentioned on multiple occasions and said, like, what have you done to your eyebrows? I'm like, absolutely nothing. But I think my hair's a little bit lighter. It makes my brows look darker. I'm not sure. But anyway, I thought I might just try something different and go for like a completely different colour. So I got these two pencils. Not pencils at all. They're like a little felt tip. This one's from NYX. This one was £11, I think. And it's called the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. Micro brush tip for her like strokes, and I got that in the shade Ash Brown. Then I also saw this one, which was £6, and this one was from Revolution. I got this in the shade Light Brown. I thought I could like start my eyebrows with the light brown and then like go into like the ash brown, if that makes sense, and hopefully they'll like look a little bit lighter than they do now. I also picked up these zinc vitamins because I was watching This Morning the other day, and they were talking about cold and flus, and obviously because we've been a really poorly household as of recent, full attention was given to that. They were saying that a lot of the over-counter drugs, all these different things that we buy, don't really do that much, when in actual fact we could do more herbal remedies, i.e. your honey and lemon, and ginger is really good with hot water. They were also saying is if you feel like you've got a cold coming on, if you take zinc, it helps to like, so it's not as bad, if that makes sense. I don't think I'll be able to take them as of yet with being pregnant, but I thought for you babes,
Yeah.
immune defense, they're good for your immune system.
That's what them dissolvable vitamin C's are. It's supposed to be good as well.
Well, they've obviously not done you any favours, have they? Then I got this, which I could definitely have got from Home Bargains for a fraction of the price. In fact, it was only £2, so I don't think it was that bad. But it's just this short, bright bouquet. Because the one I'm using at the minute, I think it's like soft and gentle, does not mask the bow.
What? On the BO.
Because Stefan uses my deodorant all the time, I do need to get a better one for that issue.
Thanks for telling everyone.
So that's that. These are a little bit expensive. They weren't actually, these were two for £35. And it's the L'Oreal Age Perfect Cell Renewal, the Midnight Regenerative Cream, covers skin barrier. I've heard really, really good things about this and also this. So at the minute I do use Estee Lauder Night Ripper, whatever it's called. And it's £60, £60, and I've nearly run out of it and I haven't actually had it that long. But apparently this is more or less the same thing. So I thought I'd pick that up and try it because these two things for £35, obviously, I couldn't say no. If you follow me on TikTok, it's at jodeby_. A couple of weeks ago, I did a tanning routine / review on the Bondi Sands self-tanning foam, but I could only get the dark one online, and it just was not dark enough for me, huns. So I got the ultra dark. I thought I'd try that. So that was everything I got from Superdrug. And then I nipped into Home Bargains because we needed some dog poo bags. Cute. Whilst I was in there, I also got, oh,
You're bloody nervous, right?
I know. I also got a little car air freshener. It smells quite nice. Do you want to scratch and sniff?
And the air freshener.
And the air freshener as well.
Yeah, it smells lovely, that.
Smells nice.
Oh. Sorry about that.
You know. I also picked up some ground almonds because maybe I'll show you in next week's vlog. I have been doing a little, you can't really call it baking because there's no baking involved, but it's like a no-bake vegan brownie with a peanut butter ganache. Ganache. I've actually not been watching Bake Off yet this year, but I do really like it. But it was just a little thing that I saw on Instagram, and normally when I try these things, they don't really work out very well, do they? They're normally a bit like, oh, I'll probably not do that one again, or whatever. But it was literally, there was like 5 ingredients, and everything I already had in the cupboard apart from this. So I've made one every week for the last couple of weeks, and it's really nice, and it literally tastes like a brownie. It's crazy because there's no badness in it. They're like really, oh, I'm gonna make one again this week. I got ground almonds. Now on the little recipe I was following, and I was looking for almond flour, so I went to 3 supermarkets the first week that I did it looking for almond flour. Almond flour isn't a thing. Well, it is a thing, but I think that's an American term, and it's actually ground almonds. It's the same thing. That might have just been me being a bit thick there, because baby brain is a real thing. Speaking of babies, that transitions me on quite well. I saw this in Home Bargains, and it's the Peter Rabbit A Christmas Wish little book. So when we get round to actually completing Stefan Jr.'s nursery, that's not his name, I'm going to have a little bookshelf in there, or a couple of little bookshelves, and around Christmas time, better believe this one will be on there. Are you going to sit and read to him?
Yeah, of course I will. You can read to him now, to be fair. But you can't read him a Christmas book, I suppose. I
can read to him right now? In the belly. And then, because next year I'm going to be a mum, that means I need to be more organised. So I got us a 2014, I hope it's not, 2024 calendar so that we can hang it up in the kitchen and have like people's birthdays on there and, you know, other things that everybody needs to remember, because we are both terrible, aren't we?
Yeah.
Our memories are absolutely diabolical. We have an app on our phones called the Family Wall, and it's basically a calendar that's conjoined. That is random. That's been there the whole time. That's been there in the corner of the screen the whole time. So like if I add something to the calendar, Stefan gets a notification and vice versa. Not that Stefan ever puts anything on it, and he also doesn't even check it. Completely fucking pointless, but it made me feel better when I downloaded it. Yeah. We have now got a paper form. We're going back to Charlie. We're going back to the olden days, and I also got my mum one as well because I know she likes having a little calendar like that in the kitchen. That's everything that I got, but let me just tell you about this, because I don't think I've actually told you. This is my like absolute obsession. Would you say you're obsessed with that?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Again, it's something else that I picked up from Home Bargains ages ago, and then every time we run out I literally go back and get like 3 at a time because it's delish. This is the pineapple and lily aroma. B&M do one, but it's a different fragrance. It's like watermelon and something, and it's just not the same. Trust me, I've tried it, but this is just delish. Like, you know when you can smell it coming out of the coming out of the bathroom, like if Stefan's using it I can smell it. Oh my god, I love it so much.
Do you feel cleaner off that one than
you
the
do
other
feel
one?
dead clean. We was always obsessed with the do you want to smell it? It's nice, isn't it? We was always obsessed with the tea tree, the mint, the green one. Everybody knows what that is, and we always used to use that, and I was always like, oh, I don't feel clean unless I use that. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'd use it and then I'd be like, have I even showered? So we stopped using that, and now this is what we use, and we love it. And it just reminds me of like, makes me think of like babies, and just cute. So if you see it, just give it a sniff and tell me what you think. Yeah, so that is everything that I bought today. We are just watching a little bit of Married at First Sight. I had a little ham and cheese toaster because poor Stefan isn't well and didn't want anything too extravagant. I can't cope.
He puts on a show, doesn't he, whenever
Yeah, he does. Also, I got this. I haven't shown you. I've bought loads of new things and loads of new candles recently, but obviously I've not really been YouTubing, so you haven't seen them. But whilst this is in front of me here, this I got from Asda, an extremely overpriced candle, but it smells like pumpkin spice. Delish. Do you like it?
Lovely that, yeah.
Good evening, sisters. I can't believe how early it goes dark now. I absolutely love it. I love this time of year. We've just been and dropped some little parcels, some little Vinted parcels off. I'll put my Vinted thing down below because I can't remember it off the top of my head. Honestly, it makes me feel like businesswoman of the year. I can draw my little Vinted things up and then go and send them. It makes me feel very, very productive. I love that. Stefan really fancied some chocolate brioche because he's very poorly. I don't know whether I've mentioned it. He's not eating very much. And to be honest, I think I'm getting sympathy pains because I'm not really hungry either. We've just had cheese and ham toasty. We had that earlier and we've not had anything since. It's getting a little bit late to do anything extravagant. It's now 7:30. So yes, I'm not sure what we're going to do for tea, if anything. We might just have a cup of tea and some chocolate brioche. So I saw a little hack last week on Sort Your Life Out with Stacey Solomon. And basically, when you first get a candle, you should actually have it lit for 3 to 4 hours on its first go so that it burns quite evenly. Otherwise you end up with a candle like this, and then obviously it just burns straight down the middle and then the sides don't end up getting burnt. But I saw this hack that was to cover the top of the candle with foil, and then once it's burning, I'm assuming obviously it warms up around the outside and then the rest of the candle melts. So we'll see. We're going to try that theory and see if it works, because all of my candles have literally just, I've obviously had them burning for not very long and then they've just ended up like that. Do you know what you reminded me of at the minute though? You know on Tom and Jerry when you just hear Thomas?
Yeah.
When you just hear the voice, you're like the voice on Tom and Jerry.
Why?
Because I've not got your face in it.
Oh,
and
right.
you can just hear you.
Thomas, there's a mouse in this house.
I was saying to the Huns before, normally at the end of my vlogs more recently I do recommendations of things that we've been watching. And tonight, well, we've been watching it for about 4 nights because it takes us like the longest time to watch a film, because either I fall asleep, he falls asleep, and when it gets late when we start watching a film, we turn it off after a little while. Anywho, we're watching a film, it's on Netflix, it's called Reptile. really, really good film. Do you think it's good?
Yeah, it's good. It's got a good actor in it.
It's got very good actors in it. Justin Timberlake's in it. I'm gonna go and have a quick shower, put my pyjamas on, and Stefan's gonna make a cup of tea, and we're gonna have some of our lovely brioche. He made me carry it home because he didn't want anyone to think that he purchased it.